You betrayed Hera. Now she wants your eternal pain. A suffocating heat presses against your chest. All of Olympus burns around you. Columns cracked, palaces collapsing in flames, gods fleeing in panic. And you, chained before her golden throne. The chains are not forged of iron. They are woven of living light, searing your flesh with every heartbeat. You fight, you twist, you tear at them, but the more you struggle, the deeper they burrow into your skin. Hera does not scream. She does not threaten. She only smiles. She lifts a golden cup while the world collapses around her. The wine drips like blood. She drinks, and her sarcasm cuts through the silence. It's not the first time you've betrayed me, but it will be the last. The flames crown her face as if she were a goddess forged in fire. And you understand, the punishment will not be swift. It will be slow, eternal. Today, you will witness the revenge of the Queen of the Gods. It does not matter if Olympus survives. What she desires is only this, your suffering. And the question is inevitable. Do you beg for forgiveness or face the goddess who decides how long your torment will last? Before we continue, one question. From which country, from which city are you watching this story unfold? Olympus may be burning, but every land hides gods of its own. Write it in the comments. Perhaps it is in your home that the next revenge will begin.
Fire consumes the sky. The clouds, once white, are now thick gray, stained red. Palace columns break like bones. The statues of the gods collapse into dust. All of Olympus bleeds before the eyes of its queen. And Hera remains seated. The golden throne stands immaculate, as if it were the only object untouched by the flames. She raises her cup again, swirling the wine as though savoring the spectacle. Have you ever seen a marriage last so long in peace? Her smile is cruel, a cutting irony. All around, the gods react. Ares trembles with excitement, eager to dive into war. Aphrodite watches the chaos as though it were a play. Athena remains cold, calculating every move without lifting a hand to intervene. And Zeus? He watches, but he does not move. Not to defend her, not to defend you. The chains that bind your arms and legs burn hotter and hotter. They do not kill you. They do not free you. They exist only to prolong suffering. And Hera knows. She watches each spasm of pain on your face the way one might savor the perfection of a well-played note. Suddenly, the ground splits open. From the abyss, burning winds rise like screams from the underworld itself. And Hera lifts the cup one last time, her toast aimed not to the gods, not to Olympus, but to you. You thought you could fool me? Today I drink, and tomorrow you beg.
The chains vibrate as if they were strings tuned by a cruel god. Every movement you make echoes through the burning hall. Hera rises. Her crown glitters, reflecting the fire that devours Olympus. She does not speak at once. She lets the silence grow heavy until you almost beg for the sentence. Then her voice cuts through like a blade. You didn't just betray me. She walks slowly, the cup still in her hand, in no hurry to end this. You broke what was written. The columns collapse behind you, but no one dares to interfere, not even Zeus. Lightning splits the open sky above the throne, but none strike her. They fall around instead, as if Zeus released his fury without the courage to aim at his wife. Ares cackles, sword in hand. "Let me tear him apart, mother. The war begins with his blood." Athena lifts her eyes, cold as stone. "No, first we hear the truth." Aphrodite smiles thinly, savoring the spectacle. "Treason is the sweetest spice. Tell us, Hera, what was his crime?" She steps closer. You feel the weight of her words before they are spoken. The blood on his wrists isn't only mortal. The chains ignite with light. For the first time, you realize it is not just flesh being seared. It is something deeper. Every drop of blood carries memory, and Hera is unveiling the secret she has always kept. She raises her cup before them all. "He dared to help Zeus. He hid my husband's bastards. He protected the children who should have been destroyed." The gods stir. Ares laughs louder. Athena calculates in silence. Aphrodite claps, mocking. Hera fixes her gaze on you once last time. "You didn't betray a wife. You betrayed the queen." All of Olympus trembles at the accusation, and you understand, your pain is not punishment. It is prophecy, shattered. The fire disappears. The throne disappears. Even the weight of the chains disappears. You are no longer on Olympus. You are inside the memory Hera chose to show you. Night. Heavy rain falls on a hidden cave, and inside it, crying. The sound of children, but not just one. Several. Small, fragile, shining with golden sparks in their eyes. Children of Zeus. Bastards. And you, kneeling, covering them with cloaks, hiding them from the sight of the gods, protecting them, lying for them, betraying Hera. The memory twists. Now it is day. You guide one of these children through a secret road. Blood drips, staining the stones. Your own blood. You cut your flesh to disguise the divine scent of the child. The scene shatters like glass, and Hera appears in the reflection. Golden eyes, cold smile, golden cup in hand. "You think I didn't know?" Her voice echoes in every corner of the memory. Every hidden cry, every protected bastard was like a knife in my back. Other visions rise, Hephaestus forging chains, Athena silent, not out of pity, but out of calculation. Zeus smiling, not for love of his children, but for the pleasure of the insult. And then, the final memory. Hera before you, the moment she discovered everything. She didn't scream, she didn't cry, she didn't beg. She just smiled, like now, and toasted with the same golden cup. You didn't just betray a wife. You betrayed the throne. You betrayed Olympus itself. The fire returns. The chains burn again. You are back in the hall, Hera still in front of you. She raises her cup once more, laughing amidst the chaos. "For both of us, until eternity do us part." And she drinks as if it were a wedding toast. Deep down, you understand the truth. She doesn't just want you dead. She wants your suffering. Endless.
The chains tighten with new force. You feel the iron of light rip through your wrists to the bone. But what hurts the most is not the flesh. It is Hera's gaze. She doesn't scream. She doesn't lose her temper. She smiles as all of Olympus collapses. The dark clouds spiral above the throne. From the abyss beneath your feet, burning winds rise, carrying the screams of centuries past. Zeus's lightning bolts split the sky, not to defend you, but to mark his cowardice. He shatters the edges of the palace, but dares not face his wife. Hera raises her hand, the floor split open. Serpents of fire emerge, slithering between the broken columns. Each one coils around a lesser god, dragging them into the abyss.
Ares pulls his sword, howling like a beast. Let me start with him. The traitor must bleed first. But Hera simply lifts the golden chalice, stopping him. Her voice cuts sharper than any blade. No, war does not begin for my pleasure. The war begins with his pain. The chains yank you down to your knees. The marble sears against your skin. You strain to resist and feel something. A snap. One of the bindings has weakened. Not by the gods, by you. The betrayal still pulses in your blood. You could break free. You could run. But the chaos grows. The flames rise higher, devouring what remains of Olympus. The fiery serpents strike. The gods divide. The realm of the immortals is about to split in two. Those who kneel to Hera and those who refuse to bow. And you? Do you flee alone, branded forever as the traitor? Or do you choose a side, knowing that any choice could damn you for eternity?
The entire palace trembles, columns shatter, the ground splits into golden lava, and Hera rises. The crown glows brighter, as if forged from petrified lightning. Her cloak unfurls in waves, and each fold is woven from fire and shadow. For a moment, you forget the title of queen. Before you stands eternity itself, clothed in vengeance. The chains loosen just enough for you to lift your head, and that is exactly what she wants, that you face her. She walks slowly. Her feet never touch the ground. Each step is carried by the very fire that devours Olympus. The cup still in her hand, the smile still on her lips. Do you think forgiveness exists? Her voice is soft, almost tender, but her eyes blaze like collapsing suns. She leans toward you, burning your soul with her gaze. Not for those who betray me. You try to speak. The words die in your throat. She already knows and continues. You have two choices. Her right hand rises. In it, a cold blue flame, one that does not burn the body, only memory. Confess, accept my revenge, and I will let you live, but in eternal pain. Every second, an eternity of suffering. Every breath, a punishment renewed. Her left hand rises. In it, nothing, an abyss of silence, darker than death. Or deny it, and I erase you. No name, no memory, as if you had never existed. The throne behind her roars like a beast. The flames crawl across the walls, and the gods watch in silence. Zeus does not move. Athena does not speak. Not even Aphrodite dares to laugh. It is only you and Hera, the weight of all Olympus crushing your will. Eternal pain or non-existence. You stare into her eyes, and you see any answer is already a victory for the queen. The fire stops. The serpents of flame dissolve into thin air. The roar of the cracks in Olympus fades into silence. A heavy stillness takes the palace, so absolute that the only sound is your own breathing, and even that feels forbidden. Hera descends from the throne, slowly, footsteps that make no echo. She does not need sound. Her gaze is enough. She stops before you, and for the first time she does not raise the cup. She extends her hand,
an almost affectionate gesture. Cold fingers touch your burned face. For an instant, you feel something impossible. The touch is not pain, it is tenderness, but tenderness poisoned. She leans close, her lips brushing your ear, and whispers, "You will not suffer alone." The phrase falls like a sentence, but she does not finish. Poseidon knows what you did. Your body stiffens. It is not only her wrath that hunts you now. The entire sea is rising against you. Hera steps back. She smiles. She lifts the golden cup again, as though toasting with silence itself. And you understand. The punishment is not over. It has only begun.
The words echo inside your mind like chains breaking. Poseidon knows what you did. The flames of Olympus waver, as if even fire is afraid to speak his name. You feel the weight of the sea, even up here. Invisible waves crush your chest, stealing your breath. Hera watches in silence, savoring every second of her agony. She doesn't need to repeat herself. The decision is already before you. On one hand, just accept her punishment, to be chained forever to the queen's vengeance, eternal pain, an endless cycle in which each scream would be the wine in the glass she would raise over her head. On the other side, dare to face Poseidon, invoking not just the wrath of the betrayed wife, but the fury of the entire sea. Thunder rises from the depths, even without rain. You feel the humidity in the air. The salty taste of water invades your mouth, even though there is no ocean nearby. The broken statues of the gods around him seem to watch him. Ares laughs, hungry for the coming war. Athena remains silent, but her eyes shine, as if calculating every possible outcome. And Zeus? He still doesn't move. The Heavenly Father watches as a spectator, leaving you to burn alone. The dilemma becomes inevitable. Accepting Hera and carrying the eternal pain of a goddess who never forgets, or defy Poseidon, plunging into the fury that swallows even continents? Hera smiles, raises her glass once more, and says with cruel irony, "Choose quickly. The sea does not wait." Olympus cannot bear the choice. The chains that bind you snap with dry cracks, like bones breaking in the silence. The ground splits into veins of light, and then it vanishes. You fall, not through air, but through fire. The flames of the palace open like a hungry mouth, swallowing you along with golden fragments of the throne. The world around you dissolves, clouds into gray dust, stones into powder. Even the light itself abandons you, refusing to follow your descent. You try to scream, no voice, no sound. And then you feel it. Water. Cold, heavy, crushing every bone. You did not fall into the void. You fell into the sea. Invisible current sees you, pulling you deeper, darker, until even fear itself has no space left to breathe. In the depths, a colossal shadow stirs, eyes of piercing blue, like abysses torn open, a throne carved from coral and bone, a crown shimmering with the weight of 1,000 seas. Poseidon, not furious, not yet, merely waiting. Before the darkness swallows you whole, Hera's laughter coils in the back of your mind. Now he decides whether you breathe or whether the sea will be your eternity.
You sink. The currents of the sea tighten around you like the arms of invisible titans. Every drop of water forces its way into your lungs as if it were molten iron. And then the shadow rises. Poseidon does not need to speak. The sea itself speaks for him. Thunder rolls beneath the waves. Mountains hidden in the abyss tremble at his presence. And you understand, if Hera's revenge was pain, Poseidon's fury will be destruction. He lifts the trident. The abyss yawns open behind him. Darkness swallows the last trace of light. And you know, there is no escape. If the queen of the gods demanded your suffering, the king of the seas demands your erasure. If you want to discover how to survive the wrath of Poseidon, subscribe now. The next chapter is already rising from the depths.